Hello. Hello. I wish I could play some disco music, but I guess you can't play people's music. Turn it. And I'm kind of dark. Sorry. This is all natural light here, guys. Hey, welcome. We're doing something fun today. We are going live, doing psychic readings. Hi, Estha. Hi, Glenda. Hi, Julie. Woohoo! So we are celebrating over 600 likes on Facebook page. Giggle. So I just checked the Instagram followers and we're at a big 458. Ooh. Hey, Kay. Welcome. So I thought it would be fun if we did some live readings, and we can start doing this every time there's something to celebrate, which could be a lot all the time. All right. Estha's here. Yay. So I'll do a quick little blip while we get people joining in. And Angela's here. So you guys, hey, Callie. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you for a while. I'm such a knucklehead. When I did the Manifestation Monday, I sent my friend a message and I told her the wrong time zone. You guys, I'm not always with it. So anyway, thanks, Julie. Congratulations. I know, pretty exciting, like total organic likes, you guys. I've not paid for any likes. Yay. So I'm really excited about it. So what's happening here pretty soon is the launch of the Ignite Your Intuition Academy. And I'm really excited about it because we launched it last year under a different name, the Academy of Spiritual Growth. And I learned a lot from that launch and from doing it for, I don't know, it was about 6 months. And so now I've really taken into consideration how I can best serve you. And by that, I'm also taking into consideration my energy and the way I like to do things. So there's going to be a lot of lives, you guys, because I think that's, for one, fun. And for two, it's a lot easier than having to sit down and plan a lesson and that kind of thing. And I just realized I didn't put the fan on me. So I'm going to be hot, you guys. So anyway, there's going to be 2 Q&As, okay? 1 intuitive reading. And I forgot to tell you this on Monday, 1 activation. We're going to do an activation every month, kind of like a Zap It Up. We might tweak it a little bit based on what we need, but to really ignite our intuitive gifts, okay? And of course, there will be a monthly lesson, a monthly practice, okay? So a way for you to tap into your intuition and start practicing it. So if you want to really figure out your gifts, your intuitive gifts, how you are intuitive. Hey, Robin, have an Instagrammer, viewer. If you want to really start tapping into and have a mentor with you pretty much by your side, I can't say every day, you guys, but I mean, there is a Facebook group. So, you know, it'll be pretty much on a daily basis, okay? So if you want that kind of mentorship, if you want that kind of, I want to say hand holding. So when I started on this journey, the energy healing itself first, you know, blew up my world and got me going into intuition. And then I started working with a mentor. I actually turned my energy healing mentor, or my energy healer, into my mentor. So every time I had a session with her, which back then was about once a week at $100 an hour, I would ask her multiple questions. I was learning how to do the energy healing piece, but then we transferred it into intuition. And so what happened was we would start going back and forth on, she would ask me questions about her own life, and we would be tuning in to, like, what am I getting on that? Let me use my intuition. And back in the day, We called it my pudding because we were at lunch one day and I was having chocolate pudding, and I love pudding, chocolate pudding. Oh my goodness. And so she's like, go into your pudding. So I'd like dive down into my pudding, which, you know, was in my gut. And that was how I started learning how to feel. Because remember, I lived in my head. I lived up here in my little box, analyzing, problem solving, thinking, overthinking. So all of that's kind of useless, just so you know. So really, I had to start feeling, not thinking. So that was my first step. So what I want to do for you is very similar to that. I want it to be at an affordable price. So you can pop in, you're in the Facebook group, you're talking to me, you're talking to the other Academy members about what is going on with you. What are you picking up energetically? What are you picking up psychically? What is your intuition saying to you? And we're going to be building on that trust, okay? The biggest thing, you guys, is to learn how to trust it and how to know that you know that you know. So anyway, apparently I'm launching Friday, my intuition says, so stay tuned for Friday. Woo! Let's see what everybody's saying. All right, yes, so Julie's saying lives make the connection real. Definitely true. And it's a little bit difficult because it's one-sided, you know, but, you know, we've got the comments. So I was doing the Zoom, I was doing group Zoom calls. And hi, Paul on Instagram. And that is where we may do the coaching when we do the intuitive readings, because you guys are going to start doing those yourselves. As we start tuning in, there'll be practice posts like we do in the Ignite Your Intuition group and whatnot. So if you have not yet joined the free Ignite Your Intuition, just do a hashtag Ignite Your Intuition in the search bar, and you can find us on Facebook. And in that group, we talk about all the same kind of stuff. So the difference between the Academy and the Ignite Your Intuition is that you're going to have really hands-on training with me and access to me. So keep that in mind. And I haven't even told you guys who I am. Hello. Celebrating 600 likes on Facebook. I'm Jyll Hoyrup, master psychic, intuitive healer, and coach. Kind of shifted a little bit. I still love doing the energy healings, and we do those. We do a Monday manifestation show. And I'm also transferring into teaching you how to tap into your intuition, because everybody has it. Everybody has intuition. It's just whether you are using it or not, whether you are practicing it, whether you are honing those skills. It's like any other muscle, right? To start using and to start trusting and to start playing with. I love to have fun with the intuition. A lot of you may know the story. When I started, and I don't have it handy, darn it, my little book, but I teach to have a vibe notebook, an intuition notebook, where you're writing down everything. You're writing down the vibes that you get, the impressions that you're getting, the little niggles that come to you that may not mean anything this week, but they might mean something in a month. So you're just tracking, you're just noticing, and you're tracking. And when I was at work, I would have my notebook, and everybody at work was big into football. It's football season now in the United States. So I had fun with it. I'm not into football. I'm not interested. Go Seahawks tomorrow night. Okay, I'm really not, but not into it. So for me, that was something perfect. That was something I did not care about. I didn't care about either way what happened. And I started using intuition to intuit which team was going to win. And I was right the majority of the time. Granted, you can say, oh, it's a 50-50. Well, there's actually a lot more involved with football, because look at how many players they have. Their mojo might be off, right? They might 1 minute today. So for example, today I'm getting that the Seahawks win tomorrow night. Okay, that is my home team if I was going to have a team. So as of right now, they're winning. They're going to win. Now, you guys could all tune in and tell me what you're going to get. Put in the comments if you want. So the thing is, there's a lot of time between now and tomorrow. Okay. 36 hours or whatever till they play. So there's a lot of time for them to start shifting their energetic vibration, right? For them to start doubting themselves, for them to get psyched out. It could happen in the first quarter when the other team makes, 3 touchdowns or whatever. I'm not predicting any of that, but I'm just saying there's so much more to it. And so it was always really interesting. So anyway, that is a fun way that you can start practicing your intuition on your own, if you so choose, if you care about football, if you don't care about football. So, hey, Katie, welcome. Hi, Leanne. All right, guys, let's get started. So Monday, I talked a little bit about, well, we'll go through it if it comes up, but I was talking a little bit about like the best way to ask your questions. So like, let's not do anything general necessarily, okay? Let's really kind of tune into what we want to ask about to find out about our life in the next few months, okay? I don't really do future readings. I can go out about 2 or 3 years. Here's the thing about the future. It's always changing because you are always changing. What you are wanting is shifting. How you are is shifting. Who you are is shifting. So you can get an idea when you are asking about the future. I just feel like there's so much more useful questions that you could be asking. So the other piece of that is timing, okay? So when we do readings, like we're going to do right now in a minute, this intuition is coming through in this moment, and it is good for in this moment, okay? So that's one of the like most frustrating things about my own intuition is timing, right? Timing, universal timing doesn't necessarily match what my intuition is saying for right now. So it's not always the case. And I'm not talking about for you guys, I'm talking about when I use it on myself. So, or when I have used it on myself for certain situations in my life. So just keep that in mind that, that the timing can shift, okay? So I don't always give the caveat like, oh, in this moment, I'm getting this. But I've noticed even my mentor does that because we all know that things shift. So, all right, let's see where we're at. So Leanne, tell me what kind of a reading you want. Like, do you have a specific question? We're not going to just do generals. Katie, I'm getting a yes to you moving in 2020. So, I don't know where you are, Katie, but are you wanting to move out of state? I feel like you're in the US. So if you want to go through, if you're thinking of somewhere you want to move, Katie, and you want me to check in on that, I'm more than happy. Okay, Estha, do you see me in New Zealand, March 2020? Yes, but let's see, 2020, that's coming up here pretty quick, right? We're in October 2019. I actually see you there as early as February of 2020. So that feels like a good move for you too, Estha. Okay, Julie, my procrastination is out of control. I cannot get motivated. Oh my gosh. How will I find a job? What kind of job will it be? So I have a little snippet. I'm always quoting Abraham Hicks for some reason on my lives. I can just tell you that I got an email, this was months ago, maybe a year ago, and they talked about procrastination. And they said that if you are procrastinating things, then that means you're not in energetic alignment to what you're doing. And I loved that because it kind of lets you off the hook, doesn't it? Yeah. So let's see here what I'm picking up for you for the job thing. Because I don't feel like you're actually procrastinating, Julie, and here's why. for one, you've just made a huge move and your big relationship ended. So there's been a lot of turmoil. I feel like you are kind of in a washing machine energetically. And I don't know if it feels like that to you anymore, because I know you're taking steps to move forward and deal with things. And so there's some shifting out, but like I'm definitely seeing a washing machine where you're like churning and spinning and being washed, and now you're going the opposite direction. Let me know if that resonates at all for you. So I don't feel like you're procrastinating. I actually feel like you're dealing with a lot of other things right now. And I'm not saying that you don't need a job and that you shouldn't focus on a job, because that is part of it, right? So as far as where and how, there's a little piece for you of getting clear on what you want to do and what that job would look like, because I feel like it might be different than what you did before you moved. I feel like there's a potential for it to be different if you so choose. So how you figure this out is you can start brainstorming a list of all of your skills and all of the things that you like to do, kind of separate but next to the skill list, because I think what we don't realize when we have jobs is that we pigeonhole ourselves into this job title over here, but really our job skills and the things that we like to do might be a lot more broad and might fit into a bunch of different job descriptions or job titles. So they're transferable skills. So I want you to start kind of looking at it differently. And along with that, since you're so sensitive, Julie, start looking at maybe what type of company might be good for you to work for. A smaller one, a medium size, like a startup, like what kind of environment do you want to be in? One that's more creative and more innovative, or one that's like, you know, rigid and they've done it this way for 30 years. So you might want to think about that kind of thing too. Katie's in Wales. You're not in the US. Are you moving countries then, Katie? I don't know if you have. Yeah, I do see you moving. Okay. I always have good news for you, Esther. Yes. Callie's asking about a job too. So I am getting a yes to that, which is weird because in the past I've gotten a no, Callie. So you see how things shift. Well, you've been doing so much with your Reiki classes and what have you. I kind of see you at like a new age bookstore or something. Has that crossed your mind at all? I don't know. I see you doing something more fun, not office based, but something more, like interactive with people and in that environment of a spiritual type store. Julie, are you saying you have no interest in looking for a job? And I think you say you're trying to be gentle with yourself, but you just have no interest. But I think that makes perfect sense. You're working on healing yourself and you may just have energy for that. So let me know. Okay, Julie's saying, yep, I don't want to be in education anymore. You want to go back to being a paralegal. Couldn't even get an interview with such limited experience right out of school 9 years ago. Yeah. Hi, Derek. Welcome. Okay. Katie will not be moving countries, but that won't be happening until the children are grown. Okay, good. Okay. Awesome, guys. Let's see. I can't always tell who's on, so let's see. I think Callie had another question. Callie's asking any messages for my life from my guides. And the big thing popping out for me about that, Callie, is, to keep trusting and keep doing the work that you're doing to expand yourself and investigate this whole other spiritual side of you. Like you started with the Reiki classes. So there's more coming. There's more coming. And a lot of that is just about exposure and something you know, you run across something or someone, like a class, for example, and that'll be something that interests you, right? If you have not checked out East West Bookstore in Seattle, on Roosevelt, gosh, I don't know what district that is. You probably do. I can't think. So they have a lot of classes there. East West Bookstore. And then I think you've already been to Stargazer's Bookstore. And there's one on Belred Road, Northup. I think that, I can't remember the name of it, but it's another little bookstore. So I don't know. I feel like if you went out and browsed the bookstores or looked at the website to see what classes might be jumping out at you, I feel like you might be surprised at what jumps out at you next for what you're interested in. Okay. That's what yeah. Yes, check out the metaphysical bookstores. Oh, there's one in Renton too. Cannot remember the name at all. And if you find Stargazers, they just probably had their equinox. They have a psychic. They have a psychic fair every quarter, I think it is. So those are always fun to do. Oh, good. And now you're going to Qigong class. See? So exactly. It's exactly what I'm talking about. So I think as you keep expanding, you're going to start noticing, you'll start noticing other areas that you're interested, other things that you're interested, classes, something you may not have even thought of before. So if you're in Kirkland, you could hit the Urban Wellness. It's an herb shop, but she teaches classes. This is actually how the whole Jyllicious got started, was an essential oils class. So you might enjoy going to talk to her if you want to start like making concoctions and stuff. Commercial break. I can't believe I forgot my fan. That's such an amateur move. All right, let's see what other comments we got. Anybody else have a question? One of my goals too, by the way, is to plan the lives like at least 2 days notice, because I feel like if we had more time to plan and know what was happening, then we would have more viewers. So keep that in mind. Katie's saying, I really love mediumship work. Can you see me doing this? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I do see you doing that. So I'm a medium too. I don't really talk about it a lot because it's not something I want to focus on, to be honest. But I definitely see that for you, and you're really good at it. I feel like you're already doing it, and there may be a little bit of needing to open that up more and be more open to it, if that makes sense, Katie. But definitely start practicing. That's one thing we should be practicing in the Ignite Your Intuition is people tapping into the deceased, right? It's not that I don't like it. I just, I don't know. I guess I feel like I'm doing so much other stuff that I don't really, I'll get deceased that come to me. I don't know that I want to seek them out. Julie's going to ask about love. Angela's asking, why am I so out of sorts, deep inside and not surface? Yes. So the main thing, and we talked about this already, Angela, but the main thing I get for you is like this deep, unsettled, this deep sense of unsettledness, of wanting to belong somewhere, of feeling in limbo a little bit. I feel like you're ready for that next stage of life to happen. And it goes back to timing, right? And timeline, like it's not happening fast enough. So there's a message for you to kind of get back in the flow. start living in the now, in this moment of the now, and not being concerned or focused or thinking about the future or the next moment or next week even, but just to really start practicing flowing with the now. And I feel like from that, you're going to get some clarity on what, you know, there's this piece of like what you can create for your life and what you really want to have happen in your life. And there's a conscious co-creation for that. So as you start living in the now, I feel like these ideas and yearnings are going to become a lot more clear, and then you'll be able to really pinpoint what it is that you want. I think what I feel is that there's some shoulds in what you have thought you've wanted up until now. And I'm not saying those are wrong, but it's more almost like an automatic, like where you think you should be at this stage in life, what you think you should have or be doing. And I feel like you can just wipe all that out the door and start completely fresh. And by living in the now, you're going to start recognizing what really is important and what you really are wanting, instead of all maybe the society shoulds or your own shoulds from what you thought your life would look like. Does that make sense? Okay. Angela's asking, aren't we all mediums in some way, but we just need to develop? I think mediumship is actually different from intuition. We're all intuitive. I don't believe we all have mediumship. We might have a very low degree of it, but what they're saying is that there are definitely some people that have like really a lot more than others. Angela's saying, excuse me, guys, now is not fun to flow with. I'm trying. Yeah, I get it. I get it about the go with the flow and the now, living in the now. I will say that I started practicing being in the now recently, and it did make a difference. It kind of took a lot of the stress off of life, actually, to just live in the now. So I know we can crack up, but that does make sense. Julie's asking, do you see initials or timelines or signs to look for in finding the right person? I'm looking into the Sammy Wonder stuff a lot, but would love some insight. So for some reason, I'm not good at getting names or initials. Like people will ask me what their spirit guides' names are and all that. It's like, I don't get any of that. If you came to me with initials or with a name or with a choice of Mike or Sam or something, then I would totally get an intuitive hit on that. So for you, Julie, it's a little tricky because you're in this big healing mode right now. So my instinct, is to be like, well, don't do anything for dating right now. Just focus on yourself. But I know that you don't want to wait. But what if you did give it, maybe not the 2 years I was telling you before, but what if you gave it 3 months? Would that be doable for you to just not even worry about a man for 3 months, not even worry about dating, not worry about having a partner in life, any of that stuff? Does that feel a little bit more doable to you? And the reason why they're saying 3 is because that'll be a good foundation for you, it will be a good amount of time for you to start really shifting some of those old patterns and beliefs. And if you can do any kind of energy healing along with your counseling and other healing that you're doing, I think that would be huge for you to, like they're literally showing me not just the cords, but the energetic patterns of some of this stuff, from childhood, from even the last guy, a little bit with the most recent guy. Like, so there's some stuff, and I can talk like this because I know a little bit about Julie, you guys. So does that feel a little more doable? There definitely is. There's something to be said for kind of like a break, right? A little bit of a timeline of just working on yourself or just being with yourself. And if you think about, if you tune into, well, I'm tuning into the big breakup guy, and that like left you high and dry and with a lot of, I'm hearing the phrase energetic scarring, which I've never used that phrase before, but to me, it feels like that was the big wake up call to get you to this point of starting to look at some of this past stuff. So let me know how that feels to just, I mean, and that's not to say like maybe you read the Sammy Wonder stuff and you get on the mailing list and you just start kind of incorporating that, behavior, the feminine, you know, but you're not actively looking or searching. Let me know how that feels. Hi, Mabel. Yep, Callie, I told you you're a medium. Thank you for reminding me. Hi, Babalawo. Sorry, tell me if I'm pronouncing any names wrong. Okay, yay, Julie's saying she can do that. Okay, so you've got Reiki in 2 to 3 weeks, working on inner child. Inner child work is huge. If you haven't read any of the John Bradshaw books yet on that, Healing the Shame Within. Oh, there's one about inner child. He's how I got started back in the 90s on all that stuff. Energetic scarring, that's a good one, isn't it? I'm going to write that down. There's something to that, but so for you, Julie, these patterns are kind of, they're all different, but they're intermeshed. Another new word. I am getting that guy was your twin flame, Julie, but, and I'm not well-versed in the twin flame discussion at all. I don't want to be with a twin flame. So I haven't studied it for many, many years, but I mean, it's possible that he really still was your twin flame. I'm getting that he was. And the reason why is because it was so tumultuous, at least towards the end. I don't know what the whole relationship was like, but a lot of times well, you guys tell me who's had a twin flame. I know Angela's dealing with a twin flame right now. So, I mean, it's very volatile, right? It's like a mirror to yourself. And if both people aren't going to step up and deal with it, like be in it, like even this happens with me and soulmates. Meet a soulmate in this life, which we have many, many soulmates, and they don't have to be just a love relationship, family, children, strangers, friends, college roommates, whatever. But even with a soulmate, I've been finding that you know, there's something that keeps them from being with me in this life. So maybe that's to say we're not supposed to be in this life together. But one thing my guides keep telling me when I meet these and it doesn't work out is that a lot of times we meet our soulmates to remind us who we were, remind us who we are deep down inside, remind us of what that relationship looked like, what we had in that relationship. And then it's weird. It's like there's a part that comes through spiritually or on a soul level that helps us then kind of incorporate that old way of being or being reminded of the way we really are, our soul is. And so then we can maybe be more of that in this life. That makes sense. Hi, Alejandra. Hi, Brenda. Welcome. Okay, so Julie's saying her twin flame dudes turned to alcohol and drugs and financial victim and treated me. Yeah, he prefers the darkness and won't do the work. Self-sabotage is what he does and he knows it. So that's, I mean, so right there and then, I don't know that you really had a chance long-term with somebody who was like that. So, you know, the other thing is everybody has their free will and free choice, and that's what he's willing to do with his, even though like a twin flame, you is staring him in the face. So Angela's saying twin flame brings up your stuff to deal with, mirrors to show what still needs to work through. Karmic soulmate is just lots of unhappiness from the external. Yeah. Oh, hi, Kathy. Hey, Caitlin. Welcome. Welcome to all the newbies, first timers. We are celebrating. We are celebrating 600 organic likes on Facebook. So never really cared like a whole lot about the Facebook likes, but I don't know, when I saw 500 or 600 coming, I was pretty excited. So we're doing lives. We're doing psychic readings today. You're welcome, Julie. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I don't see any new questions coming in. So if any of you guys that just hopped on want to ask a question, then I don't, thanks, Caitlin. I know. I would have the disco playing right now, but I'd get in trouble, I think, for the copyrights, but I can still do my, everybody should know, I think, that I love my disco dancing. So I know, kind of exciting. So if you're just joining in, I'm going to do another quick little plug for the, we're doing a spinoff of the Ignite Your Intuition free group. If you do a hashtag in the search bar on Facebook or just type in Ignite Your Intuition, use the hashtag, it'll take you straight there. Hashtag Ignite Your Intuition. You will find our free group where we talk about intuition, and we do practices and share with each other what's going on with our intuition or how our intuition is showing up, or we're asking questions about our intuition. So what we're doing is a spinoff from this free group into a paid group, and it's called Ignite Your Intuition Academy with your host and mentor, moi, Jyll Hoyrup. So what we're going to be doing in the academy is really helping you learn how to tap into your intuition and start figuring out the best way for you to practice. Everybody's going to be a little different. There could be like one basic maybe way that you practice, but there could be some tweaks for you individually. So this is really individualized and personalized mentoring in a group setting. So we'll be doing, first off, gosh, I keep forgetting, I need a little cheat sheet. First of all, when you join, you get a personalized intuition assessment. And what that's going to do is it's going to be me tapping into you and telling you which clairs you have, which intuitive gifts that you have. And we're going to be giving you a percentage of how strong you are in that gift. And the reason that we do the percentage is because what doesn't get measured doesn't get tracked. So Peter Decker, I think, said that. I'll have a better quote for you next time. But so if you don't know where you're starting from, then you don't know how you're improving as you go, right? So every quarter, we're going to go ahead and tap in and give you updated percentages. So we know where you're working, what you're working on, what you're working to. And a lot of us start out with stronger in one area, one clair than in another. So we can gauge maybe which ones to, really practice on first or change it up later. So the second thing is 2 live Q&As a month and 1 live intuitive reading a month. And as we go through the months, you guys will start doing the intuitive readings on your own, and we'll figure out how to do that on the lives. So what that means is I will be there to hot seat coach you as you're tuning in, and we're answering and asking questions for each other and using our intuition to answer, okay? So if you, don't want to practice and don't want to practice and really start honing your skills, this probably isn't the best place for you in the academy. But if you really want to dive in and work with me and figure out how to best use your intuition, the whole point is to get you guys using your intuition and trusting it so that you can Start using your own inner guidance in your life. And you probably already have your inner guidance now and you're using it on occasion, but wouldn't it feel good if you could use it all the time, right? You could use it for your life, for your business, for your relationships. So that's where we want to get you if that's where you want to go. So, and then an activation. Every month we're going to do an activation. If you've been on the Monday manifestation call, very similar to that. We might actually just do a zap it up, but we might tweak it a little bit. So we're actually activating your intuitive gifts, okay? And there's a monthly lesson. Gosh, I need my cheat sheet. So a monthly lesson where we will learn about one of the intuitive gifts and we'll get a practice. We'll get a specific way to practice it, okay? Awesome. Okay, I'm heading back through. I know, Esther. We are celebrating. So Alejandra's asking if there's a message for me today. Caitlin, or there you go, you ask. Okay. All right. So Alejandra, what do we got for you? Well, the first big thing that's happening in Neon Lights for you is the spiritual path. And I know we've already kind of talked about you being on one. So I'm actually seeing growth, leaps and bounds. You're going to be really, things are going to start moving faster for you, Alejandra, with your spiritual path. And I feel like you're going to be honing in on some specific, they're saying skills, but it doesn't feel like that. Subjects, topics, modalities, perhaps. You're going to be kind of honing in on what it is you want to be doing. I do get a sense of taking some classes. I feel like the first one you might not like so much, but the second one will really hit home for you. Let me know how that resonates. Okay, Kathy's saying I've been alone for a while now. Do you see me meeting anyone soon? I'm getting a yes to that. Let's see if we can find a timeline. Okay, I just gave a big lecture in the beginning of this about timelines. So I always like to know timelines, you guys, but just so you know, it's good for in this moment. So timelines can shift because the people involved shift, okay? So let's see what we're getting for Kathy. I'm seeing a lot of bright light coming from you, Kathy, and you definitely feel ready. Let's see, what are we, October? December. I'm seeing early December for you, meeting somebody. And one other thing I'm getting for you, Kathy, is to make sure you keep your boundaries and there's something about like maybe doing things a little bit differently and going slower, not holding yourself back, like it's not in a protection mode, but it's in a boundary mode. It's in whereas maybe you have given yourself too freely in the past and like fallen right away. There's saying to be a little more cautious and conscious of keeping your own life while you integrate this new dating life. Does that make sense? Does that resonate? Okay, Caitlin's asking, do you see my husband and I growing our family anytime soon? Yes, I do see that. And when I'm moving hands, you guys, I'm feeling into things and I'm muscle testing in case you see that and wonder what the heck I'm doing. So I do see that. Let's see. So I don't know if you're trying to conceive, because I was actually, for some reason with you, Caitlin, I'm like, does that just mean they're getting a new dog? Like a pet? Like here, you know, we could be thinking growing it with children, but I was like, So it is children. And I don't know if you're trying, but I do feel like you could have a shift in your life in January. Oh, Gay, thank you for sharing the live. I know. Yikes. I know. I'm so proud of you. Yes, everybody. if you'd like to follow Gay's lead and share the heck out of this, I would love it. How we get seen, that's how we get our 600 organic likes. All right. Maybell's asking if I have any message from her guides. Let's see what we got here. Whew. Mm-hmm. So Maybell, there's nothing jumping out. I feel you're very much in like status quo right now. Do you feel like you're kind of smoothly sailing? If you have something more specific, I'm not getting like any kind of a general message though, but it feels to me like they're like, she's doing great, you know, she's moving along, like nothing jumping out. And you're asking how Matt is as a person. So just a little side note for you guys, and it's one that I've actually had the opportunity to relearn this lovely lesson. So when you're, and I know we might use it more for people we might be dating, I'm assuming, Mabel, I don't know if you are, but I've been reminded recently, we can ask ourselves, like, is this person in integrity? Can I trust this person? So I've been recently reminded that I didn't do that with a situation in my life, and now it's all blowing up. And now I'm realizing I should have asked those questions. So even I get my lessons, but that's always a good one though. And because at first I was like, how do I, like Matt, like nothing was just coming out at me about Matt. So I started asking, like, is he trustworthy? Yes. Is he in integrity? Yes. Like, so, okay, those are pretty big ones to me. So I feel like he's, you know, a good person. Now for you, if you were in a friendship or relationship or interaction with him in any way, you're going to want to, Mabel, you're going to want to be paying attention to your own specific niggles that you have, right? And your own dealings with him, behavior of him. So keep that in mind. Okay, Adrian, did you have a question? Hello and welcome. Okay, yay! A little plug for the Ignite Your Intuition group. Thank you, Gay. I know you haven't been in it that long, and you've already, well, you're telling us you're trusting your intuition more and more. So, you know, one thing I really wanted to do with this group is have a safe place for us to join together and be able to talk about all this like weird woo-woo stuff that maybe when you say, oh, I have a bad feeling about going to this party, and your friends blow you off, but then you come into the group and you say, does anybody else, like, how do you guys feel about me going to this party? I'm getting this weird feeling, da, da, da. And then we all say, yeah, it doesn't feel good to me either. And then you don't go, and then you learn something happened at the party because you didn't go. Like, total example. But I'm just saying that's the kind of stuff that we get to talk about in the group because we're all working with our intuition day in and day out, right? Yay, Alejandra is growing spiritually. I'm glad that resonates with you. Okay, Kathy's saying it resonates. Good, good, good. Okay. Caitlin's like, nope, no more pups. We have 3. We are trying. January would be so funny. That's when we conceived our little girl. Yeah, there's something about January for you. Cindy, yay! Didn't know if you'd be up yet. Awesome. So Cindy's my friend that I told her the wrong time, you guys. So of course, today I didn't tell her anything and now she's on. So, okay, good. All right, Mabel saying thank you for the reminder about asking those questions. So anytime, I don't know, I just want to give this a little plug because I just went through like a total upsetting acquaintance, friendship, relationship thing that just, there's no reason for it. And maybe if I would have asked that up front, I would have saved myself all of this annoyance now. So anyway, that's always a question that you can ask, okay, is, you know, is this person who they say they are? Can I trust this person? Does this person have integrity? Is this person on my level? Is this person on my wavelength? Those kind of questions. Oh, Adrian, I'm just doing straight intuitive questions right now. So I don't have, I mean, I have cards over yonder, but I'm not gonna leave to go get them. But we will do a card reading. I like it when we do the card practice readings on each other. Okay. Oh, good, Carmelie. Okay, Carmelie's asking what I get from her. So I'm going to be tuning into your move, Carmelie, because I know that you want to move and we've been talking about that. So let's see if they have anything to say about that. Holy cow, it's lighting up like a disco ball. Had thrown my disco ball there, you guys. So I'm getting the strong message, Carmelie, that you're on the right track. You have a few things to tweak and work out. I know you had mentioned your mom. I don't know. I don't feel like you have to wait for your mom, but I know that you may want to. So it just feels to me like it's coming down to actually really deciding. And that's the piece that maybe there's still a little hesitation on. So I want you to do something for me. Well, I want you to use intuition or pull cards on your locations that you're thinking about. And then I also want you to practice with this one way of doing it, okay? One way of deciding. So for today, I want you to pick one of those places and decide and say, I'm moving here. And I want you to see how you feel throughout the whole day. Like, are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you anxious? Do you have a pit in your stomach? Are you not interested? Are you like, what are you? And then I feel like you have 3 places you're choosing. So 1 a day for the 3 days, right? And so for the next day, you're gonna just say, okay, now I'm moving here. And I want you to tune in and see how that feels compared to the other. So you're gonna be taking notes and you're gonna be writing down. You're just noticing. You're noticing what this brings up for you. Are you anxious? Are you scared? Are you excited? Are you looking online at places to live? Are you feeling the energy flowing? Are you stuck? Are you negative? Are you whatever you are? So just notice it and write it down and then report back. Okay, good. Mabel saying it resonates. Hi, Michelle. Look at you. How are you? Okay. So Adrian's asking, I would like to know how my online business will go. And yeah, so the one thing for you I'm getting about online business, Adrian, and something I struggle with myself, is this, I feel like you're very sensitive and an empath. So for you, it's going to be about energy management. It's going to be about, not so much time management, but energy management. So you'll have to really notice when you're more on than other times, and you're going to have to, well, it will be best for you, I should say, not have to or should or whatever, but it will be best for you if you can track yourself energetically and then maybe do the bigger pushes when you have that higher energy versus when you have the lower energy. So you'll do really good with scheduling posts. That's my fail-safe. Schedule those posts so that you're still showing up every day, even if you're not physically really showing up every day. Great, now everybody knows my secrets. So I just want to say a little something about scheduling the posts, you guys, because I did it about 3 months ago. And it has been amazing. So of course, surprise, I used intuition to schedule my posts. I know, shocker, right? So what I found so interesting about that, literally, I muscle tested in my little, file of stuff. When do I send that? Okay, I'm doing tomorrow. What do I post? It has been amazing to see these messages from my guides and these other quotes that I've put up that apply to me that very same day. I love it. That's intuition for you. So anyway, Adrian, I get it's going to go really good. There will be some things, some like foolproof planning that you'll want to put in place. And I don't even know if you recognize yet about your energy levels. So let me know if that even resonates with you. And then just start noticing if you think I'm bananas, just start noticing what that means and what that looks like for you. Yeah. Yay, Callie wants to do card readings on each other. Yeah. Carmen, welcome. Michelle, do you have a little bit more of a specific question for me? Carmen, you're not too late. Hi, Malou. Oh, I'm glad you love my energy. You guys, we're really doing general. So if you want to be a little more specific with what you are asking, I would love it. Okay, Adrian, you're laughing, but I don't know what that means. Okay, Carly, hi. Should I go through with this situation right now? I'm getting a yes. I'm getting a yes to you, Carly, right away. So, okay. Oh, thank you, Gay. She recently had a private healing session with me about why she hesitates speaking up in certain situations. It was amazing. Just knowing why has helped me to overcome. Awesome. Oh, good. Adrian's saying that it resonates. Cool. All right, Carmen, do I see anybody coming into your life this year? Yes, Carmen, I'm getting a yes to that. Let's see if we can nail it down a little bit more. You've just had a lot of big changes, so we're just adding another for you with meeting somebody. Let's see. October, I'm seeing November, but remember, that can change. But right now I see November-ish for you. Okay, Michelle, regarding a business decision. So I don't know if this is a yes or no question, but I'm getting a yes. Are you trying to decide something? I'm getting a yes for the answer to that. Let me know if I need more. Adrian's saying, I think it was part of my destiny that I came in contact with you today. Yay! Of course it is. Everything happens in divine timing, right? Carmen just graduated with her MBA. Yay, November. You got to report back. All right, guys, this has been great. I'm starting to lose my voice and cough more, so I'm going to wind it down. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you join the hashtag Ignite Your Intuition group and find us there. I'll be announcing how to sign up for the Ignite Your Intuition Academy in both the mailing list and in this group. So there is a sign up on the Facebook page for the newsletter, okay? And you can always join me over on Messenger with the little Jilly Bean Dancing Queen Messenger bot, because I'll send this out there as well. So, okay, guys. Oh, my Instagram. I guess I can only go an hour on Instagram. So, Hot diggity dog, thank you for joining in the celebration. Thank you for joining in the celebration. This was super fun. We'll do more of these because I like to celebrate and dance. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. And I love you. Keep rocking your roar. And I will see you very soon. Very soon.